Hello and welcome to my stream today. My name is Jason, also known as Dragon11, and this is a day later than originally planned. I did say last week my days might be being a bit reorganised, but this was for a different reason to what I was expecting. I think I mentioned last week that I thought I had an ear infection. I did. It got worse, and I'm now on antibiotics to deal with that, and have a bit of tinitus in my ear, so a constant ringing in my left ear as a result, which was so bad over the weekend that I had to go to an emergency doctor, and don't know how long that's going to take to heal, but anyway. Today I am playing Phasmophobia. You might also notice I've tweaked my audio settings, so I should be a bit clearer to hear now, but today I'm going to be doing the detectors only challenge. Gonna give that a go. Don't know how well I'll do at this, so I usually struggle at this sort of thing. That is on edge field, so we have double sanity drain, which is kind of normal for these challenges. Starting sanity is 100, so it's not an instant hunt one, which is like some of the others I've done. Sanity pill restoration is 30, so we do actually have sanity restoration. Player speed, flashlights and everything is normal. Go speed's normal, running frequency medium, changing favourite rooms medium, activity medium. Most of this is fairly basic. Grace duration 3, hunt duration medium. Problem is, evidence given 0. That's where the problem comes. It is not going to give any evidence, so I'm going to need to use the special traits of the ghosts and hunt behaviour in order to identify them, which I'm probably not going to do too well at, so this is probably not going to go well. But we're going to see. So, as I have not been sleeping well over the past few days because of my ear infection, I am a bit worse for wear, but need to do something other than just laying in bed all day. So, need to try and keep in some sort of a decent sleep pattern. Actually, over the Christmas events, I might as well pick a different ID card to go with. Where's my... There's the Nomad one. That's a good one. Got that from doing the diner. So, anyway, Edgefield. So, yeah. See how this goes. So I have a rough idea of how to strategize this. So I'm just gonna go in and nope, don't want that. On that. See how this goes. So I may not be able to do this at all. This may not work. Also, I think I mentioned you might be able to hear me a bit better. I've been filling my sound settings. Turns out all my filters have been turned off. Don't know when or why, but that explains why I was so quiet lately. But I'm going to take a flashlight and camera to start with, just to find the ghost, because you do still need to find the ghost. But yeah, so I've now got my sound settings, the filters back on, so I should be a bit clearer. But if I start whispering, I may start cutting out, as my noise filter has to be a bit more sensitive than normal, because my laptop, which I'm sitting right in front of, does make quite a bit of noise while I'm playing games. So because the fans, to keep it cool. So you might also hear a few sort of noises in the background. I am going to try and get some noise, some windscreens to put on my headset mic, because it doesn't have one on its own, to see if that helps. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, on with the investigation. So we're going to need fuse boxes in the basement. Going to need to get that on. Don't actually look to see if it starts off. I assume it starts off. I'm not going to be looking at any of them. Right, what can we start off with? Billy Marsh. So we can immediately cross out the bench and died, because it's male, and those two cannot be. Assuming Billy is a guy's name, I guess you could get a girl called Billy. No, well, Billy Piper. There we go. But that spelling of Billy, most likely a guy, so I'm just going to leave it at that for now. But yeah, so I'm just going to be trying to find the ghost room to start with. Camera, can't get ghost orbs from normal evidence, but the mimic can still give ghost orbs, hence I'm taking the camera. So see how that goes, and then I'll just be checking for various evidence. Hunt threshold is also going to be a thing I'm going to check for, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on my sanity to try and work that out. Try and turn the don't have too many issues. First possession is the Ouija board. I can't remember. Oh wait, no, I remember where the Ouija board is. Turn these off just as I go, just to make sure I don't put too much on. I'm just going to start wandering around looking for cold temperatures. And listening out for the ghost. Grab a cheeky bone. That could sound a bit wrong, but doing my usual check for on here. I hear a tap on. I'm trying to find a tap. My hearing is a bit out of whack because of the whistling in my ear, but aha. Does it drop in temperature or is it just fluctuating? Well, it's near here at least. Landing. So it could have roamed. Could also have been in this room and just run it through the wall. Where the hell is this ghost? So even though freezing temperatures isn't possible with the evidence, it can still happen as a well, it can't happen, but you will still see a low temperature in the ghost room, which appears to be this one. I don't think I've actually had a ghost in this room before. It's a new one for me. But this appears to be where the ghost is, but we don't seem to have that just yet. I'm gonna turn this off. It's a bit odd that it reached all the way to here. Seems to be a bit of a... Well, can rule out Oni. Right. I was about to think, oh, it's just on the EMF 5. It can't do EMF 5. Actually, I'm not sure if EMF 5 still shows up on there. It shouldn't do. But the Oni, I'm pretty sure, cannot do the airball, so that's that crossed out. Didn't appear to be the note, but we can double check for that. I'm definitely going to take a couple of crucifixes up, get them dropped down to try and cover the area. They're just double checking that there's no ghost orbs appeared while I'm outside. No. They're just in case. Ooh, my sanity's dropping quite a bit, so this will be a good test for the threshold and good reason to get the crucifixes in. Be careful of that. Problem was, it was outside the room just now when it done that airball event. One outside, one inside. Double check it is still in here. It is. It's definitely in here. Another quick check for ghost orbs. Lights interacting with things. Right. Something I could try just in case. Just a quick check for a mare, because it does like to flick the light switch off again. Hasn't started hunting yet, and I was talking this, so it's probably not a yokai. What do I want to try next? Salt could check for a wraith. See if it walks in a salt. Not much point in doing most of those. Could do a candle, try and light a candle underneath it, see if it blows it out 3 times and starts a hunt. Try to start a hunt. Which would be an Onryo if I remember correctly. There, one there. Light a candle and put on a bed. Turn that light off. I don't actually know if the can't think of its name now. The one with the funny fingerprints. Don't know if that's actually forced fingerprints. But we'll see. It's trying to do stuff in there. Right, what else can I check? Just grabbing this just to, as a precaution. I'll grab a motion sensor so I can try and work out if it's going in and out of the room. I try and know where it is. That should see if that works for now. It's turned the light off. Has it turned the fuse box off? It has. We can rule out the Raiju, I believe. So most of this will just be elimination of ghosts, rather than confirmation of ghosts. And it turned the light off as well. And it's walked in the salt. So that's fine. Blew the light out, that's perfect. Okay. I'll put this in the doorway. Just make sure we know when it's going in and out. Okay, so what else can we check for right now? I think it's just going to be sanity. So anyway, we can rule out the Raiju, if I remember correctly, the Wraith, pretty sure we can have all of it. Ah, that's blocked. Right. I'm hoping that crucifix does work on it. Why am I thinking twins? Seems to be having a larger interaction area, so I've done the water in the room. Is it 2 rooms over? 1 room over? That's a distance away. Wait, is it opening doors fully? I just blew that out. I'm going to go back downstairs. I think this through. Check sanity. So it's getting towards 50% sanity, so this is probably a regular sanity threshold ghost. So where are my notes that I use? The problem is the new ghosts are going to be a bit of a problem to identify. The Onryo would have blew the light out 3 times now, so that's not it. The Shade was doing stuff in the room with me, so it doesn't look like it's the Shade. What else we got? The Mare can hunt at 60% sanity if the room is dark. But I don't think it's a Mare because it wasn't doing the light thing. Wait, it wasn't the Raiju, it was the Jinn that can't turn the breaker off. What else have we got? The demon can start hunting at 70% sanity. It has not started hunting yet, which makes me think it's probably not a demon. I'm guessing it's a 50% threshold ghost. Is it the Ure that fully opens and closes doors? Because that door open did look like it was a full open and close just then. The Oni can't do airball ghost events. The Yokai can hunt at 80% if you're talking in the room, which I was. The Onryo I've already ruled out from the light, not the firelight. The Raiju can hunt at 65% near active equipment. I have the camera on in the room, I have the motion sensor, I also have the torch on, which I think also counts. So I don't think it's a Raiju, because I think it would have started hunting already. I'm thinking either twins or Ure. The Ure because the door open thing, the twins because of its interaction range. Where have we got? Okay, we'll just double check for ghost orbs again, just in case they have shown up. They do not appear to have shown up, so I'm thinking we can probably rule out the Mimic at least. The Fae can hunt at 75% at its youngest, which I think it would have started hunting by now if it was the Fae. Probably rule that out for now. Could potentially be a Dio. And that's all I can really rule out for now. And it's turned the lights off again. Right. What do I want to take in with me? So, almost at threshold for that. What do I want to take in with me? I really don't know. I think I just Go in and see if it starts trying to hunt. Need to turn the fuse box back on first though. It's almost certainly dropped to 50% now. Yeah, so I'm around the 50% mark, so any time the ghost should be able to start hunting. I should be safe because the crucifixes. So it roams out of the room, which it might do. God's sake. Behind as well. There it goes. Right, that was almost certainly a 50% hunt. Yep, that's dropped to 50%. So, the Dio doesn't start hunting until 40% if I remember correctly, so that rules out the Dio. Yeah, so that rules out the Dio. Problem is we have the Obambo and the Galu, which don't really know much about them, so have to sort of work that out as we go. Where are my other notes? It depends. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the hunt speed. I think the threshold probably varies with the Galu as well. Does the Shade doesn't hunt until 30%? Shade 35%. Shade, I'd already ruled that out because it was doing stuff when I was in the room. Right, so oof, this is a little bit rough. Would kind of like some more interactions. Right, what have we got? Trying to work out where everything is. Everything could be the Hantu having done the fuse box twice, maybe. The Goryo doesn't roam from its room very often. This one does seem to be roaming, as I said, quite a bit. It seems to be going in and out quite often. So I'm going to assume it's not Goryo because it's roaming too much. Although it is going to be roaming more because of the challenge. There it goes again. Seems a bit high for another ghost. Already rolled out. Haven't really been seeing any double interactions, which would be characteristic of the twins. Which is suspicious. Maybe I should turn the light off in the room and see what happens. Well, just done a double check. So it's not doing much sanity-wise. So So what have I got left? Galu, which one's the Galu again? Galu is the protective equipment thing. I think that would have started hunting earlier, maybe, because I used the salt on it. So I don't think it's the Galu. I might be wrong about that, but I'm going to just cross that out for now. I might just have that wrong. The Ibambo swaps between active and passive, which, hard to tell. I don't know if that changes its hunt threshold or not. Might do. Actually, I should probably just Google that, because I don't have that in my notes, because it's a new one. Okay, it swaps between 65 and 10%. So that's an interesting one. So theoretically it would have already triggered when my sanity was up earlier, so I don't think it's an Ibambo. Don't think it's one of the new ones. Huntu does the fuse box a lot. Mare does the light switch thing, which didn't seem to respond to. Moroi... Which one's a Moroi? Moroi becomes faster with sanity, which isn't really going to help me that much. I could just go in and wait for a hunt to start, try and hide and watch, which might be my best option at this point. So I'm going to grab another incense, and I'm going to hide in my little spot. Sorry. I like hiding down here. Torch was not. So usually the ghost can't see you in this corner, but you can see the ghost over the top. So hopefully I can hide from any hunt and still be able to hear and see it. So it could start hunting at any moment. The graphical thing go on. Where are you? Is it going to start hunting? Or could it actually be the one with the two hunt states, the Ibambo? Could it be in passive mode? My sanity is high enough that in its passive mode it wouldn't start hunting, but in the aggressive mode it would. Could be that it just coincidentally switched as my sanity dropped to 50%. But it's not hunting yet. This seems odd. Why is it not hunting yet? Threshold has been met for the hunt. It's already tried to hunt once. Did it hit the other crucifix? Possibly. That is a possibility. Means we've got about 25 seconds, or less than 25 seconds now. Or it tries to hunt again. Because those crucifixes only work once. What is going on with the graphics today? Oh, this is a Roman ghost. This be a banshee? be a magic than gender. Right, that seemed slow. That seemed like a very slow ghost. What can I rule out there? Which ones do the thing? Might not actually have. Hard to really tell. So that could have been a slow twin, or that could have just been base speed. It did seem a bit slow. It could be the Revenant, or it could be a slow twin. So, could also be a Galu, if it is switching back and forth between the two states. I should really have been watching it more for the blinks. But based on the speed, I'm currently thinking a Revenant. I'm going to go back in and wait for another hunt. This hiding spot had saved me, so that ghost had roamed a lot. It's the Revenant's thing again. Why did it actually detect me that time? I don't know. Did it hear me? It was a phantom.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Did I just get the wrong... I did just get the wrong ghost when I was trying to identify it, didn't I? Yes, I did. That was my bad. I got that it was not very visible. I just guessed the wrong ghost. It was a P1. Wrong P1. Oops. Oh well. Well, try that again. I don't think I'm doing too bad. I got very close to identifying that one.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly
Take two.
before starting the investigation.
Sounds like it's raining. Don't know why I'm looking at that. Fuse box appears to be in the basement again, so that's fine. Grab that. Just try and do the same thing I done last time. Yeah, it's raining. So I'm just going to be a bit lower. Turn this light on as well. Never had a basement ghost either. Wait. No way is this actually a basement ghost. Did I literally just call it? Okay, does the whole basement count? Huh. Well, this is interesting. What are the odds of that? I literally just called it. So, found the ghost. Is that a double interaction? Is that a double interaction? Could potentially be a double interaction. Oh, you, Brian Taylor, we are ruling out the Banshee and dying again. It also done airball, so it's not an Oni. Grab the crucifixes to get them down. The odds, as soon as I said, I had a basement ghost. Basement ghost. Don't entirely know what the best position for crucifixes is down here, because I'm really used to doing it. Okay. Do a quick double check for ghost orbs. Just to make sure there's nothing appeared. Right, so, interesting one. So, basement straight away. I think that's a normal amount of sanity for it to drain. But which one drains? There's a ghost that drains more sanity. That's the Oni. Never mind. Already ruled out the Oni. Never mind then. Right, doesn't appear to be a mimic. Where are we? I will do the salt and the candle again, just to double check for those. I hate going up and down stairs because it's dark every time. I put one there, one there. And place a candle, a lit candle there. You can make sure it's blown that out 3 times. Not a wraith. Yeah, I'm not too sure. So there's the Galu, I think it is. Protective equipment doesn't work, or it is less effective after it's been used. I think that means it can't walk into bits of salt in quick succession. So I'm going to rule that out for now. Might be wrong about that, but I'm going to go with that. Because that did just walk into back to back. Right, next we want to... what do we want to do? What did I do last time? I think I just started taking in the incense last time. I'm going to take in a couple of motion sensors, put them down, see if I can check what's going in and out of the room. One up the stairs there. Put one here. Hasn't blown the candle out yet. Well, they've just done 2 things in quick succession again. What if it's the twins? So it's blown the candle out once so far. turn the fuse box off, which means it's not a gym. Right. It's also doing stuff when I was in the room, so it's probably not a shade. It's not... Well, I was going to say it's not throwing anything, but the light's a bit on, so it could have thrown stuff. Not got anywhere yet, so this is my second attempt, and I made a mistake just as I was guessing the first one. Yeah, zero evidence, and the Ouija board is guaranteed, but I'm not great at using all that stuff, so I'm just going with the basics and just going through it methodically. Which one is going off there? The one in the room or the one at the top of the stairs? There's one in the room. Yeah. Hasn't left the basement yet, so that's a good sign. I should probably check if the... Did I check? Leave this? Oh, that's not in a position where I can actually see the candle. But I assume the candle's been blown out by now, which is my Onryo check. Oh no, it's not blown the candle. Not blown the candle out yet. There's flicked a light switch, so wait, if it's... No. I'm trying to do a mare check. Does like the dark. Well, that was a bit rude. That candle's about to just go out on its own. Does like turning the fuse box off, but that might just be because it's in the room with it. But Hantu is a possibility. To be honest, I'd rather just sort of try and work it out for myself at the moment, thanks. So just see if I can try and complete the challenge by myself. And just learning as I go, so... I'm taking it slow intentionally. I know I can get my sanity down to try and get the hunts going, but I'd rather avoid the hunts if possible, so just... Yeah, I'm aware that the Hantu can turn it off more often, and it's turned it off 3 times already, so is suspicious of a Hantu, but there is a chance it could just be flicking it because it's in the room with it. That could just make it more common. I think. I'm not entirely sure, so that's my understanding of it anyhow. So it's something to consider. So the other thing is that it keeps doing 2 things in close succession, which does suggest twins, but it's just done something just on its own, so that's not going to help me. And that might have been the firelight blowout, which I've been waiting for to check for an Onryo. Or did that just expire? That might have just expired. Yeah, that expired. Right, so I need another... need another firelight, because it burnt out the first one. Last one blew it out 3 times in 1 candle, so it was fine, but this one isn't as eager to blow it out. So I might actually put this one inside the room itself rather than outside in the corridor bit. Not that it should make any difference, the ghost should be around here anyhow, but I've got 2 crucifixes, so I want to put them by a crucifix at least. Hoping I'm fairly well covered. So I could turn lights off and see what it does, but I know the poltergeist can do its ability with the lights on, so I'm waiting to see if that happens. Yeah, I'm just trying to rule out everything not hunt based first, so I'm also sort of waiting to see at what threshold it starts hunting. So I'm not trying to speed it down like I know you can do with the Ouija board. So I'm just doing things one at a time. So once I get a hunt threshold, I should get a better idea of... It should narrow it down a bit at least. So last time I was so close to getting... I saw that it wasn't visible very much, and I hit Poltergeist instead of Phantom, which was annoying. So I basically got it, but I just got modded up at the last second. So I'm not feeling great at the moment, so I've not had much sleep because we're near infection. So that was in here and didn't blow out the firelight. It's not eager to blow out the firelight, which an Onryo usually does. Yeah, I know surviving isn't necessary, which is why I'm not too fussed about it. Oh, blew it out, finally. Right. Wait, did that do the door and then the candle in quick succession? Don't know if that was close enough to really count, but... That is suspicious, the twins. Two interactions close together like that. So one there, it was a bit of a range between the two. This was standing right on top of me, which could have reached. But I am just waiting for the candle to get blown out again. So just to rule out the Onryo. Oh, just turn that on. Okay, so not an Onryo. Right, so what's my sanity at right now? Got that door being closed when it's on the ghost bin. Right, so what have we got? I don't think that's close enough together for twins. I think that's too far apart. It is odd though. Don't think it's a yokai. Yokai, I've been talking in the room and it hasn't responded, so it's probably not a yokai. They would be an awkward one. Doesn't appear to have left the room yet. Could be a Goryo. So the Fae would be a tough one because I found the ghost straight away this time. So I've been in there a lot. So the ghost would have aged while I was in there. Which is a little bit of a problem for identifying that ghost. I'm going to go in, I'm going to sit in there with the light off and see how long it takes for it to start hunting. Yeah, I've got crucifixes down so it shouldn't be able to get me. Nope, they're both full. Great. What if I could... There was a hiding spot in here that I could use. I'm not that familiar with this map, so... Well, not this map specifically, but... the basement in general. This part of the map, what it was. Getting at. Turn that on again. Right, so... Do I have a... prevent hunt using a crucifix? No. I was wondering if I could use that to tell when it's done a hunt from outside. Which isn't going to work. First floor I didn't... So I got that spot... So it worked once and then didn't work the second time. But this spot behind the table, the counter here, so just tucking in here. Usually this works for me, but sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why it's inconsistent like that. So sometimes the ghost can't find me, other times it just comes straight for me, but don't know. It could be my mic gave me away. So, so my mic isn't great. But that is my usual go-to, as it's quite a good spot for seeing the ghost that goes past as well. But, so it didn't work last time. Just turn the fuse box on. Fuse box again. Is liking the fuse box. Or not liking the fuse box, as the case is. It's making me suspect Hantu. Hantu does not like the fuse box and does turn the fuse box off more often than other ghosts, which would make sense. Should probably just turn the light off and sit in the dark, shouldn't I? So the ghost hasn't. Actually, I might want to. Better to do it upstairs. I don't know if all the lights need to be on or not, but I don't know. What is my sanity at this point? I could use the Ouija board just to try and chip my sanity down slightly to help. But I am around the 70% mark, so a demon, I believe, would be able to start hunting at this point. So that crucifix hasn't been used. Crucifix hasn't been used, so it hasn't started hunting yet. I'll just hang around in the dark and see what happens. See, not once has it left this room. It's just going in and out of there. What if it is a Goryo? That is curious. I don't know why I checked that. It just that wouldn't make any difference. So it hasn't even roamed out of the room, is the thing. So roaming's on medium as well, which makes it seem odd that it hasn't even gone upstairs. I should have got my sanity down a bit. Yeah, I know, this is the whole basement. I realised now with the thermometer. When I found it... I want to see what my sanity's at now. Yeah, my sanity is right at the threshold. So I'm guessing not a demon, because I'm pretty sure that would have got it to start hunting sooner. Which other ones? Fae is hard to tell. Fae is fairly hard to tell. The mare would probably have started hunting before then, because it can start at 60. I've got some notes that I'm referring to try and help me along. So I'm trying to learn all the traits as I go from this. The yokai could have started earlier. Onryo could have started earlier, but I'd already ruled out them. The Raiju was near active player equipment, didn't start hunting earlier, so that can probably be ruled out. Faye is a wild card because I've been in here almost the entire time, so that could have aged. That is actually something I could have done. Check the age with the Ouija board. I'll see if it starts. So my sanity's dropped below 50%, so it should start hunting now. So I want to see if it does, firstly. Is that not a hunt? No, it was none. I couldn't switch the light switch for some reason. Okay. So that just attempted to hunt without the crucifix, so it must have roamed into one of the corners, which is a little bit annoying, but it didn't actually find its way up here and didn't detect me, which is odd. One of the ghosts can't detect. I probably already. Oh, I've forgotten to pull out the Onryo. Does one of the ghosts have a shorter detection radius? I think it does. Annoyingly, I think it's the yokai, which I've already ruled out. Yes. So. I think I just managed to get my torch off before it could find me then. But that did appear to be an attempt at a hunt, which was a bit worrying. Wait. Could have been that. Nah, the galley would have started. Galley, I'm pretty sure would have started hunting earlier if it was that one. So it can start at 65% if. Wait, no, I'm getting the wrong ones. New guys are still throwing me. That was a very quiet one. Don't know. Twin. Oh, what the twins! Ow! I keep getting so close to getting it. Yeah, it was the twins. It was the slow twins. Yes, hunt speed I'm still not quite there on, but it seemed sound as well. I'm still. I did say it could have been the twins earlier because of the double interaction. Which so that's twice. I'm so close to getting it, which is actually I'm surprised I've gotten so close. So that's something. But let's try that again. See if we can get an easy one. So if I can just get some ghost orbs straight away, that'd be great. Just to get the basement again, just to get the mimic would be fantastic. Now, probably not going to get as lucky as I did last time, when I literally said I've never had a basement ghost before, as I realised the ghost is literally in the basement with me. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's dropping in here straight away. Does it? That seems fairly stable. I should leave all these lights on because I might run out. So I'm going to be listening ghosts a go. I'm checking for any noticeable drops in temperature, which hard to tell with this thermometer, but past couple have actually shown up fairly quick, so if I don't get anything quickly I can always come back and recheck. The Ouija board would be there. No noticeable drops in temperature yet though, so it's probably going to be upstairs. No, it doesn't seem to be going up. No, not there. Slide switch. Oh. Not this one. Near here, at least. And there's the cold breath and the drop in temperature. Come on, ghost orbs. Ghost orbs. Ghost orbs. No, no like that. Nope. Put that down that way just in case. I'm going to try doing that. So I had said about the lighting, is it? No. Ure does the door thing. Never really got the gist of that work. I've got it a couple of times, mainly when it's hit the front door rather than an inside door, but how much coverage does this crucifix get? Does that cover all the... that should do for most of the room. Anything else should be got by that, as well as most of the landing. So that should keep me covered there. So that's just a bit of protection while I'm doing the early start stuff, in case it does try to hunt early. We want now salt and a candle to start checking for those. I don't want to put the salt. One salt there in case it goes in and out of there. One salt there. Well, walking that one quick enough. Not a wraith. Stick that down. That didn't fully open, that was only a partial open, so I don't think that's the Ure. What's the door thing? One of the guys can't turn lights on. Which guys cannot turn lights on? Oh wait, what name have we got? Kate, it could be a Banshee. Because because of the gender thing. One of them cannot turn lights on. Is that the mayor? The mayor not turn lights on? Mayor can't turn lights on, so that rules out the mayor. It's not the wraith. Blown the light out once already. It's doing stuff while I'm in the room, so it's not a shade. Still no sign of ghost orbs. Probably not a mimic. Oh, so it's a poltergeist. That was a polty-blast that I just got, right? That looked like it threw a ton of stuff all at once. How much stuff did it just throw then? Oh wait, it threw stuff while I was in the room, so it had to have been a poltergeist, because only the poltergeist... So that was thrown, that was thrown, that was thrown. That was a polty-blast. Not wondering. I'm pretty sure that's a poltergeist. Got shoes and cups thrown with me in the room, which... I want to double check that. I want to grab some more stuff. What else can I pick up? What else have I got? I'll not pick up that. No. More stuff I can pick up. Cup. I'll just load the room up with stuff, then hopefully it'll do the polty blast again. So I'm pretty sure that's a poltergeist. So usually ghosts can't throw stuff while the lights are on. The poltergeist only can if it uses its ability. Or if it's a mimic using poltergeist ability, which I have been caught by before now, so I'm going to just double check that. I think in one investigation I had the ghost use both the demon's ability to try and hunt early and then done the poltergeist ability and threw a ton of stuff at me, which is quite an interesting one. So no sign of ghost orbs. I don't know what the odds are for it doing the polty blast. Oh, it's gone outside. There's more stuff I can pick up. Probably some stuff in the kids' room. Toys, there. Can't see. Right? Well, I recorded that. So, can you do the potty blast again? Ugh. It's a very active ghost. That's for sure. What was that? Sure. There's some more building blocks. So I'm going to do the potty blast again. So I'm pretty sure it's a poltergeist. I just want to double check though. So I wasn't actually looking when it done it. I just heard stuff thrown. should put more central into the room. That's fairly central. Actually, that should increase my chance of it getting it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep, that's a poltergeist. That is definitely a poltergeist. That is a beautiful poltergeist. That is a lovely poltergeist to see. That was a great polty blast. Yeah, poltergeist. Get on with it. If this turns out to be a mimic, I'm going to be very angry. And the winner is... Poltergeist. Right, that's one. It's taken me like an hour. Annoyingly, if I'd made some slightly better guesses, I would have got it. But earlier, but... Right, go again. That one was an easy one. That was an easy one.
Alright,
If I can keep going like that, I should be fine. There's the fuse box in the garage this time. That's different one. I don't know why I turn it on directly when I can quite easily use the button for it. I've had a garage ghost either. So I haven't done this map that often, usually just doing the challenges. I thought that temperature was dropping for a second there, and I thought I did actually have a garage ghost after I just said it. That would have been amazing. Right, leave that open. There. I'd like to leave the corridor, the hallway on. No. I should probably check the basement while I'm down here. Just in case it's done again. Nope. I think I just heard a rumble. Oh, that's... That was a light turned on. Where's the light just turned? Over there. Light turned on. Not a mare, but it seems to be back in here again. Oh, and the cupboard's open, so I could hide in there. Yeah, it's definitely in there. Right. Found the ghost. Now to get the stuff. Should have left the door ajar. Oh well. Doing a lot. Even when I was in the room, so... crucifixes? Crucify? Is it... I assume it's crucifixes, plural. This one... Does that one go to? Let's put it just about there. This one... Let's go there. Alright, just double check. Let's open that door. Just do the door thing. Just in case it does show up. So I did get rather lucky that last time with the poltergeist. Right, salt. Candle next. Double check the camera just in case anything's showing up while I'm out here. Nope. I've just done something again. Wait, what have I got? This one is having some good banshee. It wasn't a mare because it turned the light on. I'm actually not sure if it done the shade thing while I was in there or not. When did I open the door? Not entirely sure. I'm going to leave that for now. Not sure if I opened the door while I was in there or not. So, leave it. There. One. There, just in case I get it going in and out. That... How... That seemed very fast. That went from one to the other in a fraction of a second. That was concerning. But alright. What else was I doing? Awesome. Words. Words are doing well. Okay. They can be leaving that running. Last time I was in here, it kept leaving the room. This is a very active ghost, even when I'm in there. Motion sensors, just to try and make sure it's not moving about too much. One there to make sure it doesn't leave, and let's put one here to make sure it doesn't go down the hallway. Already playing that out. Two. Double check ghost orbs again, because they can appear and disappear over time. Still not seeing them though. Record it. That's number 2. Right. So that could have been the door thing. So this door, when it was opened, was fully open. That one just got fully opened. that actually be the array? Just want to get the third blowout just to rule out the Onryo. So that's still no ghost, also pretty safely rule out the mimic. Hasn't turned the fuse box off yet. Not an Onryo. Right. Again, fully opened. Every time it's fully opened one of the doors. Is that the miling? What else is the miling's things? Not a shade because it's doing stuff while I'm in here. Miling. Increased chance of whisper on a parabolic mic. Right. Sanity is... Okay, Sanity is at a reasonable threshold for it to have started hunting on a couple of them. So, the yokai would have started hunting with me in the room. The Raiju would have started... what threshold is it? It's borderline for the Raiju. The demon would have started hunting by now. Raiju, it's right on the borderline. 55 is the threshold for the Raiju. And also the threshold for the Bambo, is it? Wait, what's the Dian? I don't think I've ever had a Dian. Have I had a Dian? Oh, that's the movement one. I've been standing still in the room. And it done stuff when I moved across the room just now. Look at the Dian. It's doing the door thing. That's the annoying part. It is actually doing the door thing. Opening and closing. Gonna just take a couple of incense to start with. See what we get here. No beeping from the door going, so it's staying in the room. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But it should be prevented from hunting, unless it's a small ghost and it's going underneath. Something in the next room. Still in here, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. I think it's a small ghost. Yeah, that's a problem. Do I leave the door right open? Hello. Right, so that should have dropped my sanity. That should definitely drop my sanity. And that was a missile, airball, whatever it is. Ghost event, which means it's not an Oni. It's a lot of activity, still no hunt. So it doesn't look like it's a Raiju. What other ones? They hard to say. Already ruled out the mare. It's only not shade because it's doing stuff with me in the room. Not a demon. Already ruled it out. Only just ruled out the airball. Hasn't turned the fuse box off. I'm cautiously gonna rule out the Hantu because it hasn't turned the fuse box off. Because I'm pretty sure the Hantu would have done by now, because that's something the Hantu likes to do. Which one is it? Trying to go through this. We are already ruled out. Rigel ruled out. Mimicop ruled out. Mirai is hard to retell. Faye is hard to tell. Dio isn't low enough. Right, so my sanity should very soon be hitting 50%, so it should be good to start hunting before long. So if I just sit in here and wait, hopefully I'll get lucky. See if it starts hunting soon. Actually, I'll probably throw a flashlight down like that. So it starts hunting, my flashlight should start flickering. And it won't be detected as being held by me because I'm not holding it. Fully open the door again. Fuse box is gone as well. Right, that's a lot of stuff happening at once. But that was 50% hunt. So that would not have been a Dio, I don't think. It's a Dio, the 40% hunt. There's the Dio. Yeah, so it can't be a Dio. That doesn't help me much. Right, that's a problem. Right, so how did that just manage to hunt there? So I thought I had it covered. It must have roamed out of the room far enough to not get caught. Right, so I'm going to grab another incense. I'm going to try and head down to the basement to turn the garage to turn the fuse box back on. and get downstairs and try the hiding spot. Hit the incense last time out of precaution. Right, where's this next hunt gonna be? That seemed faster. Did seem like a faster hunt. But I may be wrong, I'm not great at judging the speed of the hunts at the moment. So we'll have to see. Actually, during this next hunt, I might just mute my mic just to make sure no stray sounds get picked up. Because I do have the sound of my laptop, which could be causing issues. So when the hunt starts, I'm going to quickly mute my mic. It's coming for me. It's a banshee. Why isn't it hunting now? Hunt threshold has still been met. Is this one with a variable hunt threshold? So this one appears to have come to me, which is odd. Unless it's just a coincidence that it just happened to wander all the way down here to this spot. If it starts hunting and it's right next to me, then I'm going to mark it as a banshee and just assume it's a banshee. Because I'm pretty sure only the banshee will roam like that. I might be wrong. I know the banshee can roam to the player that it's targeting, and I'm the only player for it to target. Oh, there it goes. See that. I could hardly see that while it flickered a couple of times and then disappeared completely before the hunt ended. That could quite easily be a phantom. The phantom is another ghost that can roam to my location. I wonder if this is a phantom. I wonder if I can get my sanity back up and then try and take a photo of it when it does a ghost event. I'm going to try that. How high do I need to get my sanity back up? Down to 40 then? Was it down lower? Put that back in the tray rather than hit me constantly. Okay, that's back above threshold. It keeps dodging the incense, the crucifixes, which is a bit of a concern because it hasn't set one off yet. I'm going to grab a photo camera. I'm going to go into the room, see if it shows itself, and see if I can catch a photo of it and have it disappear. Already turned the light back on for me, which is handy. Did burn the crucifix. Yeah. Didn't dodge the crucifix, it burnt it for me. Right, now I do want you to do a ghost event. Is it going to behave and do a ghost event, or is it just going to be a pain in the butt? Not a phantom. Not a phantom. Just realised I'd left my mic muted. I muted my mic during the hunt. Forgot to unmute it. Pretty sure it's my mic that's giving me away because of the background sound, which I'm going to have to deal with. I'm going to need to get some sound protection for my mic. But that drained a lot of sanity. What ghost can drain that much sanity? So... trying to work it out. I'm trying to Google it at the moment and find out. If a player dies, you lose 15%. And it's phantoms that drain... Must have been the ghost event that drained a ton of sanity. I was on like 60% sanity or something like that. Maybe dropped to 55 or so, but that was a lot of sanity drop. What ghost can drain my sanity that much? Jinn, maybe? I still got up here. I'm pretty sure it would detect me there, so I'm pretty sure it's not a revenant, because that would have sped for me. So it had detected me, it was coming for me, which I think was the sound, so I don't think it's that. You're a... shutting a door drains 15% sanity. I wasn't getting that. It shut... Actually, it opened doors. How often did it shut a door? Not often. I don't think it's a Ure. Unless when it done the ghost event, it closed 2 doors. Does that count? I don't know. Only I've already ruled out because it done an air ball. This is a bit of a tricky one. Is it Jinn, possibly? I can do the sanity drain. So considering how low my sanity is, I think the Moroi would have been faster than that, so I don't think it's the Moroi. So that gets faster the lower your sanity. I don't recall seeing it change model. I don't think it's Nobake. May have just missed it though. Wait, did it? Trying to think if it did or not now. Why did I pick... I've got the picture of an axe wielder man and a ghost lady in my head. No, it can't change model to different genders. It'll all... if I remember correctly, it'll only state it. I must be muddling up the hunts. Apologies for that, I just hit my headset. And I know the sensitivity will probably be a bit high because of the settings I've changed. The Fae? Could it actually be the Fae? The Fae ages. Hunt threshold could have been a coincidence. Doesn't speed up with line of sight. That one didn't seem to speed up with line of sight. It seemed to keep... I didn't have line of sight in particular. It just knew where I was. It was coming for me without line of sight. That's nothing to work from. Annoyingly, all the 3 new ghosts are still viable, because I don't know how to identify them. Wait, the... Ooh, could it have been... Which one switches modes? The Galu. Could have been a Galu. The Galu's speed is slightly faster when it's aggressive. That could explain why it hunted so soon, but no, it dropped my sanity so much. And protective equipment would have worked. Well, actually, it wouldn't have been able to tell, because I think it would have been faster than that. I don't think it would have been the Galu. Wait, Galu? No, Diane. What am I on about? I can't. Bambo, that's the... Bambo is the one that has the aggressive and passive. Could be. This is definitely an annoying one. Was throwing stuff as well. Oh god, it's not an easy one to identify. Already ruled out. So, Banshee could give a scream on a parabolic. say, it roamed to me, is the thing. Could it have been a banshee? Will drain 15% sanity rather than 10 during a singing ghost event if touched. Did I touch it? Did I touch it during that ghost event? I don't think I did. I took a photo and it just ended. Unless I did move a bit too close and it counts as touching it. I kind of want to put my sanity back up again. Take another couple of sanity meds. See what it does this time. Do I still have... I do not. I chucked that one when it finished burning it out. So I am back up to just over 50, but I want to take it up a bit higher now. Kind of want to take a parabolic in just to check for a banshee. The phantom I checked because the photo, not a phantom. Diane, Gallo and Obambo I don't really know how to check for. Goryo is probably going to be a horrible one to check. And I'm hearing this guy's going nuts, going back and forth. Don't know which one it was though. Which motion sensor did it just set off? I'm hearing it set it off a lot, but I'm not sure which one it was. Was it just going in and out of the room, or was it going down the corridor? Up and down the corridor. So it is roaming. I don't think it's a Goryo. I'm going to rule out Goryo for now. Might be wrong. Might not be. We'll see. So I'm pretty sure I've been being given away by my mic, so my hiding place downstairs should be fine if I need it. So Diane and Galu. So Diane again. Diane. Gain strength. So it's movement one. It's one that speeds up if you're moving. Which I was hiding. Wasn't really moving. Protective equipment causes the Galu to become enraged, which I don't think it was fast enough. It had used the crucifix. I don't think it was fast enough. It might have been slightly fast normal or normal speed. I'm still not great at telling the speeds. No Bambo. Nah, it could be no Bambo. I don't think it's the Galu. I'm just going to cross it out for now. I don't think it's that. I may regret that. The Fae... hard to really tell. I could try the Ouija board just to see what it says. So that would take out 5% each time. If I go up to the room and spend a couple of minutes in the room, then go back out and check, that might work, but I'll check that. Yeah, I did put it on. Oh, fuse box has been turned off again. Wait, the djinn can't turn the fuse box off. That rules the djinn out. That's worrying. Inwards. How old are you? Goodbye. 58. Right. Turn lights on all over the place, jeez. That's why the fuse box blew that last time. Sugar. Has it changed room? I think it's changed room into the hallway. It's turning lights on left, right and centre. Turning everything on everywhere it can find it. Crucifix is still up. Appears to have moved it into the hallway. Don't know what good that will do, but we'll see. Yeah, it's in the hallway now. Huh. It's throwing a lot of stuff. We're not getting another poltergeist, are we? That was a whisper. Never heard that one before. There. Has been throwing a lot of stuff. Could be a poltergeist. Did whisper on the mic. Which I think is a myling thing. I think myling was too audible during the hunt though. I want to see what my sanity's done after that. That just do. I should have dropped my sanity by about 10%. I think I was on about 70 before, so that seems about right. So that was a normal sanity drop. Must have just been hit by two different things before. I spent time in the room with it, so I'm going to... Actually, I used the... Yeah, I used the... thingy as well, didn't I? Yeah. Check for age. How old are you? Goodbye. Same age. Hasn't aged. when I have been spending time in the room with it. So it doesn't look like it's the Fae. Oh, well. Interact with a lot of stuff. Or has interacted with a lot of stuff. It's not right now. This could have just been from the hunt, but it was throwing a lot of stuff. That's again a whisper. That's two whispers. That's just gone shh twice. That's the same noise it's made twice. Is that... I don't think it's the Fae, because the Fae would have aged. It's not a banshee screech. Can't be the gin. Can't be the gin because it turned the breaker off. That's for sure. I'd it blown the breaker by turning the lights on. I can't actually remember. I don't think it had. I think it did turn the fuse box off. I might be wrong about that. That might have just thrown it for me. Right. Moving back and forth along there or not. What else have I got to eliminate? What does the spirit do again? Spirits, wait, Ure as well. Ure. Nothing, doesn't really help. Also looking at mining. Mining, not here goes. Chance to whisper, increased chance to whisper on a parabolic mic. I mean, both times it's just on the same shh sound. Definitely isn't a banshee scream, banshee wail, whatever you call it. So, twins. I'm not seeing any double interactions that are close enough together. It's doing a lot though. What's going on in there? Turn the... Yes, turn the fuse box off. Right, so that confirms the gin thing. So it's not a gin. Not a gin. What could it be? Was throwing a lot of stuff while it was hunting, but that could just be normal throwing amount. So it could be a poltergeist again. Spirit doesn't really have much I can go on. This is not an easy one to tell. It was roaming a lot. It's the blooming pain in the arse thing. I still keep coming back to could it be a banshee, but it hasn't done the screech. And it's about to start hunting again, so I think I just go in and see what happens. Turn off the fuse box and then see what happens. So it definitely appears to be a 50% threshold ghost. So threshold I should just be at the 50% threshold now. The mic back on again. So again, muted the mic, didn't find me, so it is my mic that's been given to me away. That's good to know. But that did not find me, so confirms the threshold of 50%. So Obambo and probably die. I'm pretty sure I can roll out the Obambo. Pretty sure that's 65% or 10%. Dying. Dying potentially. I did smudge at the end of the last hunt. Could have sped it up slightly, but I'm not sure if that was faster or not. It might have only been a slight increase. It could be the twins. I could go in and see if it goes slower this time. It was throwing stuff while it was hunting, so I'm leaning towards Poltergeist again, but I haven't seen it. It's doing a hell of a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff it's doing. Right. Okay. I'm still right about the 50% threshold. So I'm at the threshold for it to start hunting. None of these have anything special about them. So I've got one more lot of sanity meds. I don't think any of these have anything particularly special about them and hunt behaviour. Is the problem, which is why I'm struggling to say the speed is slightly off, I think, but I'm not certain. It could be the twins. Plus it could be the Diane, which I'm still not sure about. I'm going to wait for another hunt, see what happens. So I'll mute my mic as soon as it starts again, so as to avoid detection. Just waiting for it to start again. So from here I can watch the door. As soon as it closes I can duck back behind here. I can also hear the door. Is it roaming to me again? Oh, I keep coming back to Banshee. Unless that shush was a screech. Road right to me. Other warning. Again. That one took too long to find me and didn't actually get to me, so hard to really tell what it's doing. I'm just going to need to quickly take a break, so I'm going to need to pop the loot, so if you'll give me a sec, I will be right back to continue this hunt. Okay, so I'm back. Right. Now, I'm going to need to just cut my losses soon, because I'm not really getting anything to go on. Could that have been a twins? That's an odd sort of double spike. It's just doing stuff constantly. So that could potentially be another double spike. It's doing a lot. It's definitely doing a lot. Including turning the fuse box off. Which means it's probably just throwing stuff around. Could this be a poltergeist? I've been muting my mic in order to stop them from coming and finding me. So that last one, I quickly muted my mic, because otherwise I would die. So, as I've now worked out that my mic is a bit too sensitive. So I'm going to be dealing with that over the next couple of days, hopefully. I think I've ruled out an Obumbo because the hunt threshold doesn't match up. It seems to be a bang on 50% threshold. An Obumbo goes either way. It's either 65 or 10 if I remember correctly from when I looked up just now. I'm currently bouncing back and forth between Banshee and Poltergeist because it keeps throwing a lot of stuff around. I haven't seen it do a Polty Blast. And it also keeps roaming to me, which I think the Banshee would do. But I am going to need to cut my losses in a minute. So just hold up. Why is my thing not? Okay, sorry, I was monitoring the stream and it hadn't updated properly. But okay, so that's what twins are doing. So I was debating twins because it is doing a lot of activity, but I haven't seen the double activity. Have I? That is a possible twins. I'm going to do another hunt. If this one's slower, then that will probably settle it. So I keep thinking it's slightly faster than normal, but each time it seems the same speed. So turn that off now so it doesn't attract it. So I'm going to wait for it to start hunting, and then I'm going to quickly duck behind here and mute my mic so it doesn't come straight to me. If it's slower, that would... Actually, there was that one that didn't even make it downstairs. That could have been going slower. Or was it going slower? I can't remember. I'm not great at judging the hunt speeds yet, so... Wait. So that looked like double activity, but every time it seems to have been the same hunt speed. And it seems slightly faster, which is odd that it's almost bang on 50% hunt threshold. And every time it's given the same speed, unless it's just coincidentally always gone to the faster ghost, faster twin, which it can do. Unless that was normal speed. I'm still not great at telling the speeds. So what have I got? Say I'm bordering Banshee and Poltergeist, but the twins. Say Poltergeist was throwing a lot of stuff. It doesn't appear to be now, so probably less likely to be. Is that another double interaction? Or was that the end of the hunt? That might have been the end of the hunt. I don't think it's a Poltergeist because I don't think it was throwing enough, that last one. Early on it was throwing a lot of stuff, but now it doesn't seem to be throwing as much. And it seems like it's just quite active. It does keep roaming to me, which keeps making me think Banshee. So it quite possibly could be normal speed, so Banshee would make sense, because it does keep roaming to me, disappearing and then starting a hunt, but every time I've heard it on the parabolic, it's just done a shh sound, which I'm pretty sure isn't a banshee whale. But I could take some more meds and go back to check that. What are the other options? So, I don't actually know what the Dian's base speed is, so I'm still not that familiar with the new Ghost. Just try and look it up quickly. Okay, so Dian is normal speed unless you move while it's nearby, which I haven't actually tested yet. I could try testing that next time it hunts. If I can get up to the landing, I might be able to hide in a cupboard. And up there, don't actually know if they were free or not. So if it is normal speed, that would make sense. Spirit, I haven't really had any way to identify. So I could try and smudge it, but I have no idea if that works or not. Actually, no. Did it? I'm just going back and forth. It was a bit slow to start a next hunt after I smudged it. So I smudged it right at the end of the hunt earlier. Then it was a while before the next hunt started. I can't remember. I should really pay more attention to that. Abake, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it change Ghost model. Fingers crossed. Curate, I guess it could be. Excuse me. That's a lot of activity. Does it turn the lights off again? It's turned the fuse box off again. Does like to do that. Does like to do that. Why did I rule out the hunt to? Oh, it was the hunt threshold. Hunt threshold? Why did I rule out the hunt to? Hunt to... Why did I rule out the hunt to? Hunt 2 would have normal speed, or possibly a slightly lower speed because it's raining, but a slightly higher speed because it's raining. Possibly only slightly though, as long as the fuse box is on. I wonder if I just don't turn the fuse box on and go back in and wait for the hunt. See if it does a... I'll do that. I'll see if it does breath. See if its breath shows up while it's hunting. Hunter has visible cold breath if the breaker's turned off. So if I leave the breaker turned off, that'll be a way of telling. Mute mic.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you. We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. The ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed object. Go and take a closer look. Maybe fixing it will help your investigation.
I just realised I'd not unmuted my mic. How old are you? 38. Goodbye. Right. Sorry about that. I had forgotten to unmute my mic after that last hunt, but I'd correctly identified it as the myling, not the myling, the Ure, because all the doors were either fully open or fully closed, so that worked for me. This one, it's snowing outside, so temperature's going to be an issue. So I'm going to have to be a bit more cautious with my thermometer skills. And hope it does something to indicate its location to me. But I am working through it one piece of evidence at a time. So I'm not that good at the zero evidence stuff, but I'm using this as a learning experience. Just done two interactions close together. Could have been a sign of twins. Sounds like one door opened and one door closed. Hello. And we have a light on. Yeah, so as I'm still learning it, I'd just rather sort of keep it fairly slow, just to get my bearings on everything. So as the light was on in here, yep, got cold breath. Looks like we have that. Double check for ghost orbs. Yeah, so that I've seen people do it that way, but I'm not great with the hunts still, so I've done the challenges that are relevant to that way where I can, but it has been rather hit and miss doing it that way. No sign of ghost orbs yet. But doing it where I've got time to check all the additional evidence. I'd rather just learn the additional evidence first. So get the basic stuff learned, and then move on to the hunt-specific stuff. So I'm sort of learning some of the hunt-specific stuff as well. So that last one, I could not see anything unusual with the hunt itself, which turned out to be correct, because Ure doesn't have anything special about its hunt. Does that cover there as well? I'm not sure. This is going to be a bit of a risky one. Put one there, one there, that should help. Roamed outside, has it? I think it might have just been there. I had been watching people play this for a while before I started playing. I started playing sort of just after Easter last year with some friends. So we sort of play when we can, but I've been playing it more by myself lately, as I've been enjoying it and I've been doing some of the events. So I've prestiged once already. I'm very close to prestiging a second time. What am I doing here? Salt and candle. But say still learning everything as I go. So I've been playing it a while now, but does like turning that light off. Where do I want to put this? Put that on there. Salt there and there, so it covers the doorways. Those shoes are good for poltergeist. Yeah, so I really like it. I like the puzzle part of it, so work it out from all the pieces of evidence. It's doing stuff all over the place. That was fully opened. It's not going to be another Ure, is it? Ure? Yep. We've got error quest. We can roll out Banshee and Dying. Can also roll out Wraith. No ghost orbs. Or still no ghost orbs, so I haven't seen them yet, but could potentially appear. Second blowout. This will be the third blowout. Has it managed to leave the room without walking that salt? I have been curious about one of the new ghosts doing that. It's the Galu? Yeah. So I'm curious about the Galu not being affected by salt after having recently walked in it, so walking in that one. Okay. Not a Galu. Okay, that's... Huh. 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 Right. That was... Could still be a Galu. Not what I was expecting. Right. Could that be a Ure? Again. Ure drains 15% sanity by closing a door. when you're in the room with it. If it was... I kept hearing it close doors, but I didn't see it closing the doors. If it was closing the cupboard doors while they were basically closed already, I wouldn't have noticed. And unless it was opening and then closing them, which... But that would explain sanity drop that quick. That is incredibly good. I haven't seen any other ghost events that... What else can drain my sanity that quick? So that wasn't the third blowout on the candle either. It burnt up the crucifix before the blowout. Yeah, I'm thinking gin possibly as well. I'm sort of going through them, trying to sort of think through. So, Ure is one option, gin is probably another one. I'm just looking at what other ghosts can lower sanity that quick. Yeah, problem is trying to detect the EMF on the breaker when I'm not anywhere near it, and I don't know when it's done it. So, would be useful if I if I was playing with my friends, I might try and do that. But I'm just trying to check my notes here. So dropping sanity that quick. So I hadn't got any actual events there, which is what's so strange about my sanity dropping that quick. It had just done doors. So the doors is making me think Ure, because I kept hearing it opening and closing doors. And if that is what it was doing, that would make sense. I want to take some sanity pills. I'll leave all the doors ajar, see if it does it again. So this will get my sanity back up a bit. I'm probably going to need to move that crucifix that I put near the door back outside slowly. Oh, it's round. Move this one into there. So that door I'd closed, that had left open. I'd left that one open. Double check no ghost orbs in case it's a mimic copying the ability. That fully opened. Once again, door. Okay, that's great. That's another pain in the arse event, so I'm probably going to need to check my sanity again. I wasn't in the room for the door opening though, so that should only be a 10% drop. If I've got that right, so yeah, I am still safe for the time being. Just want to double check that. So that was a ghost event. Yeah, after the last one, so the doors gave the last one away as being a Ure, so my mind is straight on Ure again, so, as it's fresh. But that was definitely a giveaway. I see it do a door again, and see how much my sanity drops. If my sanity drops 15% and the door fully opens or closes, I'm just going to go with mining again. Mining again? Ure again. I still get them modded up. That's why I messed up earlier. I hit Poltergeist instead of Phantom, and I basically had it identified as a Phantom, and I just hit Poltergeist, getting them modded up. So, similar names. So mining and Ure I think of being just feminine names, but it's just that That's why I get those two modded up. Poltergeist and Phantom, both P's. So it's silly mistakes to make, but... now it doesn't seem to want to do anything. God, I really hope it's not a mimic. Well, actually, I really hope it is a mimic and I can get some ghost orbs. God, I want it to do the door thing again. Not the tap thing. So I need to be ending stream soon, so... this has gone on quite a while. But I'm not doing as bad at it than as I thought. So I thought I was going to do really bad at it, but I've not done too bad, other than a few silly mistakes. Come on, do a door thing again. So it's definitely still in there. I mean, I'm seeing my breath, so this is the favourite room at least. I haven't put the motion sensor on the door. Do check where it's gone. Do I want to quickly do that? Or do I just wait for it to come back and do a door? So when I done that door just now, I was out there. So it wouldn't have affected me with the 15%. But there are 6 doors here for it to interact with, which would explain why it dropped my sanity so quick if it was interacting with doors a lot. Now it doesn't seem to want to interact with doors. But if I'd stayed in the light most of the time, I used the Ouija board once, which should have dropped about 5% sanity. I was down to just under 50% sanity, so 3 doors would have been enough if it's 15% per door, but it was doing a lot of doors. Now it doesn't want to do much of anything. I'm going to get the motion sensors. Just quickly grab the motion sensors. Are you kidding me? Did it just do one of the doors? It had done this door. Fully opened that door. I don't know if that would have counted if I was on the landing at the time. Might have done. Is the door to the... no, it didn't count. Right, okay. Grab the motion sensors. So my sanity is still up high enough to be safe from hunts. Hasn't done a high sanity hunt. Oh, it's done that one. Fully opened. Again. I think this might just be a miling. Got one on here as well, just in case. Does seem to like that tap. Come on, do a door, do a door, do a door. Right in the doorway. Funny how it goes through the wall. The beam of light. The laser. Come on, you're right around that door. Do the door. Do the door. Come on. It makes sense. Why it's done 2 Euros in a row, that's odd. But I've had it happen so many times when it's done that. Done 2 ghosts the same in a row. That last one was... all the doors being wide open or fully shut was a guarantee at that point, because I'd ruled out everything else. Oh, come on. Oh. Airball. That's dropped my sanity another 10%. I was at like 69. Should be at 59 now. Think I'm still safe. Should be at high 50s, so one more. Why is that light flickering and that door flashed? I guess it must have just been in range. Oh, come on, do a door. Come on, I just want to get this one right, and then I'm done. For God's sake. You are just pissing me off with that tap. It knows I'm waiting for a door interaction. It's just torturing me now. So I should still be in the high 50s, sanity-wise. I want it to fully close or open a door. There's plenty to interact with. Keeps choosing the bloomin' tap though. Plenty to interact with. And that should drop my sanity to about 45%. Possibly get me killed if the ghost starts hunting straight away, but we'll see. Maybe I should get some sanity, some incense. Or hide in a closet. Come on. Well, this is just getting annoying. Can I be checking for anything else while I'm at it? What does the mining do? Mining... Not the mining, the Ure. I done it again, got the blooming names knotted up. Ure. Okay. Holy crap. I'm so lucky to have survived that without incense. I think that was in the bathroom when it started hunting. I managed to leg it out of there. Okay, my sanity dropped more than I thought it did. Had I missed a ghost event? Maybe I just miscounted my sanity. That sounded like normal speed anyhow, so... Basically safe to say it's a normal sort of threshold one, doesn't appear to be the mimic. Wouldn't have been the Oni because it done the thing. Wouldn't have been the Raiju, wouldn't have been the Yokai. Dio would have come straight for me. What are the others? That was normal speed, so I don't think it's the Gallior, but just ruling out them. Just try and double check. Couldn't have been the Shade because it hunted earlier than the Shade would. Onryo would have started hunting earlier. I don't think it was the twins because that's seen normal speed. No. That wouldn't have been Dio. Probably wasn't the Fae. I'm basically going down to the same. I think it turned a light on, so it's not the mare. Hunter hasn't turned the fuse box off. Or is it? No, it hasn't turned the fuse box off. Unless it's just turned the fuse box off, which it might have done. No, it's not turned the fuse box off. Okay, so I'm definitely bringing some sanity meds. Not sanity meds, some incense this time. Because I'm down to one crucifix, and it probably just missed the crucifix. Because it's the terrible tier 1. And I want to double check. Wait, what was my sanity at? Check what my sanity is at to start with, just to double check. I need it to do the door thing again. It's about 70, give or take. It's about 70. That door was probably missed. That door's fully open. This door has not been touched. Door has not been touched. Hasn't touched the doors in here. But it is still in here. Alright, this door's been touched. Fully open. Again, I think it's a Ure. That makes the most sense. And it keeps hitting that. Wait, is it me hitting that? No, that is the ghost hitting that door. It is right here. Ooh. Fully opened. Don't know if that counts, but I want to see if my sanity's dropped by 15%. So I was at about 70%, I should now be at about 55%. Crap. Does it only work when it closes? Yeah, I'm still on this one. So I'll be ending after this investigation. I'm just trying to get it to confirm that suspicion about the Ure, because it managed to... My sanity... Okay, it's now turned the fuse box off. So that confirms it's not the djinn. So... yeah, it managed to get my sanity down without me realising it. I don't know how it managed to do it without really doing anything, unless... I don't know how it managed to do it. So... but my sanity had dropped. Every door it's opened still has been fully opened or closed. So this one just got fully opened. Not closed though. I think it might be closed that it has to do that drops sanity. I'm not sure. But it will only fully open or fully close. I'm still thinking of Myling. Not Myling, Ure. Ure is what I'm thinking. So I've only got this one little crucifix left. I think it was in the bathroom and it was just in the corner. And it started hunting. I managed to run downstairs before it could catch up to me. I managed to escape it, so that was something. But I just want to want something else to confirm it. So I would as well, but it's only been fully opening and fully closing doors is the thing. Every time it's fully opened or fully closed. But it didn't drop the sanity that last time. So unless it's only closing the door specifically. So it could be that it's only closing the door specifically that does it, which is possible. But it is rather odd. Let's throw in the camera. Double check the video I did. Yeah, more door moved. Pick that up. But it's the fact that every door has been opened or closed. That really bugs me. I just want to... If it closes the door... I wonder if it's a light flicker that keeps training myself. I don't know if that's a That flickers the flickering light drains sanity. Unless this room doesn't count as being fully lit because that light isn't on. Actually, I didn't turn that light on, the ghost turned that light on. But still. It hasn't done a polty blast, so because all the shoes are still there, everything's on there. It's thrown one thing the entire time. It hasn't done a polty blast, so probably not a poltergeist. Just trying to double check and rule out the others. So that the last time it done it, when it opened this door, I was standing right here, and it opened that door. Okay, I waited for it to fully open there. I might have left the room too early last time. I'm just going to double check. I might have seen it open and then just legged it, so that's dropped my sanity. That seems about right. Okay, so I think what happened last time is that I saw it open, left the room before it could trigger the sanity drop. This time I made sure I waited in the room. Now my sanity is dropped. Unless that's just natural sanity drop. But I think I'm confident enough to say Euro. So, try it. So I did immediately leg it out of the room to check my sanity when it went last time, and it was Euro. Okay.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
Right, okay, so that's the challenge done. So, I overran my usual stream time a bit, but today's stream was all over the place because of not streaming yesterday when I usually stream. But 2 Euros was annoying. The fact that the earlier hunts I was so close to getting, I'm going to hit level 99. Yeah, so still got the ringing in my ear from this ear infection, which has really buggered me up a bit. So I should be streaming Pikmin still tomorrow. Actually, next week I will be streaming on Tuesday instead of Monday as well. My mother's having an operation. I need to be on hand to help look after my disabled brother. So my Phasmophobia stream next week will be moving to there. I'll try and get my sound sorted a bit better again by then, because my mic is still not quite right. But do just want to check what next week's on. Hide and Seek Seeker on Brownstone High School. Oh, 0 sanity drain speed. It's just hard to find. That's going to be an interesting one. It should be a lot easier next week, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just using my headset. I'm going on a very basic budget, as I'm only really streaming for the hell of it. So I just have my headset that I got for playing with friends, and I've just been using that. I'm going to get some little windshield covers for it to see if they help, because the problem is it's detecting the sound from my laptop, because I'm playing on a laptop. Good laptop, gaming laptop. So powerful enough to do this and stream it and everything, but I'm just, while I'm not earning any money in any way, because I'm not in work, I'm just sticking with the basics of what I got. So some little like things. So fine. I have no idea what that is. I'm sort of using filters in OBS to deal with it. So The issue I have is that when I talk quietly, the sound of my laptop is the same volume as my voice, because my laptop makes a lot of sound. So if I was to turn that filter off, you would probably just hear a constant drone from my laptop, because I have to have the fans on underneath it as on a cooling pad to keep it cool. But so if I can get if the sort of wind guards work, they will hopefully block out some of the background noise from my laptop, I think. I'm going to try them. I'll probably order them tonight, see if they arrive tomorrow. I might get them ready for stream then, but it's fine. I've been fiddling my sound settings before stream today, so sort that out at some point. But anyway, yeah, so I'm very close to hitting level 100 again and being ready to prestige for the second time. So after I'd done the Christmas event and the Halloween events, I've sort of keeping up with everything. So I caught the very end of the Easter event when I first started playing. I think it was like the last day was the first day I booted the game up. So I got the trophy for it, but that was it. So I'll have a look into it. So if I need to, so thanks for the suggestion. I'll try the wind guards first, because I'm using filters in OBS already, and it's just the volume of my voice compared to my laptop, and I think if I can just get rid of the laptop, then it should be better. so it's just if I whisper, at the moment I'll probably start cutting out if I whisper too quietly, but yeah, I'll look into that app, see. I don't know if I'll really have time to do it this week, so I've got some other stuff to sort. So I've lost a lot of time from the ear infection I've had. So I'll look into it, but so I don't know how much use it'll actually be. So I don't know if it will actually work, because it's the volume thing. So OBS can cut out the sound, but if I put it up too high, it cuts out some of my voice if I talk quietly. And in this game in particular, it is a bit of a problem. Although, could be an issue with the... that might be why the ghosts keep finding me when I've got my mic turned on. I have to turn the mic off completely in order to hide from the ghosts. I'll have a fiddle. So I've been out of... I didn't even realise my filters were turned off last week, and found that and quickly turned them back on. Didn't really check it. Still wasn't quite right, and had a bit of a fiddle before I started streaming today. But I've been out of action with nasty ear infection, which has left me with ringing in my ear. But so sound is a bit iffy anyhow at the moment for me. But I will look into that. So thanks for the suggestion. So I should be back streaming Pikmin tomorrow, doing my weekly Pikmin stream on my Fierce Mode playthrough of Pikmin 4, and be back next week, Tuesday, because my mum's operation putting me back a day next week, unless anything else comes up, which I don't know, but I need to be on hand to help my disabled brother. But yeah, I'll be back doing the hide and seek seeker challenge, which looks like an okay one. So that could be an interesting one. So it might be a bit tricky. Might be just a slow one. So finding the ghost at all. But once you found the ghost, it looks like it should stay put, mostly. And sanity doesn't drop, so unless it's a demon or a mimic copying a demon, no issues. So that should be interesting. I'm complete polar opposite to this one. So this one, easy to find, hard to actually work out what it is. That one looks like it's hard to find, but probably easy to work out what it is. So still gives full evidence and doesn't move around, or doesn't leave the room. It roams, but it doesn't change room by the looks of it. Looks like we get some good items. All the, I think, tier 3 items as well. I think it's all tier 3 items. Nice. So that'll be a nice one after this one. But yeah, I'll be doing that next Tuesday. So Pikmin I'll be continuing on Wednesdays for the time being. If my plans end up changing and I start doing something else on Mondays, which I might do, haven't got any confirmation of that yet, then I'll move my streams to Tuesdays and Thursdays probably, but for now it's usually Monday and Wednesday. So this one was put back because I wasn't feeling great yesterday, and next week will be put back to help with my brother with my mum's operation. But yeah, so thanks for watching. This VOD will be uploaded to YouTube later tonight, hopefully, and I will try and sort out a highlight on Twitch so that it gets saved for a bit longer, because it kind of sucks how long they save it for. But I will get that sorted at the same time. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please check out my Twitch, where you can catch me live twice a week, usually Mondays and Wednesdays. Currently it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays because of stuff, but that's how it usually is. If you're watching this on Twitch, please check out my YouTube, where you can find all my past VODs. Also keep playlists of all of my different games that I play, or types of games, because there's a few that I only play like once or twice, and I just group them all together into one playlist. But you can find all that on there as well. So there are also links at the end of the video to the recent games I'm playing, their playlist, so you can check them out. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you around.